Don't you understand? I want to end this just as much as you do. I have a report here. It confirms your association with Michael Rowland. He visited your home on April 7th.
What does that prove?
It proves you lied all along. That's what it proves, Mr. Weston.
I didn't even know there was an organization until
Michael Rowland got you involved. Now we're making some progress. For once.
I remember you as if it were yesterday. I remember the promenade and the cool warmth of that summer's night. You flaunted yourself. I can still hear you laugh. I laughed too. Now I decay. All these things are bound up inside me. I have to let them out before I go insane. Insane? I wonder if I am not. I see them in the shadows. They aren't merely nightmares, are they? What do they want from me? Why? Me? At first I thought they were interested in classified information, but not anymore. It doesn't really matter. Time here has stopped still. I don't know what year it is. All I know is that it has been an eternity since I last saw you. Breathed the air around you. I tell them I know nothing. I tell them I don't care about politics and all the wretchedness that goes with it. If they won't listen, the ward won't believe. Make him believe. Please.
Tell him there's been a mistake. A mistake.
92, 41, 1248, 984, 722, 635, 1080, 683.
Lloyd? Lloyd Armstrong.
Tom Weston from
General Research.
Baxter Division. Right. I remember now. Been a few years. I guess it's useless to ask what happened to you.
Well, I'm as much in the dark as you are. How long have you been here?
6 hours. When these clowns bust in, I was in the middle of a poker game. Well, anyway, they bust in, armed to the teeth. Said it was a raid. What have we done, Tom?
We haven't done anything.
Nothing they wouldn't have done in our positions.
That's what they want, isn't it? To be in our position. What do you make of him?
I'm afraid there's not much to make of him.
That's what I mean. There's only a couple of them. 20 of us. No. Maybe he likes what we're saying.
Maybe he'd like to take part in the riot we're planning.
Sure. You help us out, we'll go real easy on you. Come the revolution.
This, and no sir that. And pretty soon, I've been no sir in this godforsaken hole. Where the hell are we, anyway?
Relax, Captain. Explanations will be in order shortly. A few days ago, I wouldn't have believed I'd be standing in front of such a distinguished group.
Would you mind telling me, distinguished group, just what the hell we're doing here?
Please. I know that most of you think this is merely a game, and that someone will eventually come up to you and say, abracadabra. This has been a practical joke. Well, I'm afraid that isn't so. Reality is a trifle more cruel than that, gentlemen. This is a modern world, whether you like it or not. Now, there's no need to worry. We don't treat our adversaries the way you did.
All I want to know is what I have to do to get out of here.
You'll find it's not a matter of doing, but being. But hasn't that always been the case? Punishment in the name of rehabilitation.
What's he talking about?
You chaps have always been able to avoid this sort of thing up until now. But unfortunately for you, things have changed, haven't they? No judges to bribe. No team of lawyers to hire. Gentlemen, welcome to tomorrow. Your trials were all played out yesterday. Your guilt is one of the foundations of our new order.
Go again.
You find it boring? With your crimes against humanity?
I don't know about anybody else, but I find my crimes a source of personal satisfaction. The way you tell it, it's no fun at all.
Gentlemen, what I'm trying to do...
I don't care what you're trying to do. What I want to know is what we're guilty of. What about our families? Is their guilt automatic?
Oh, by the way, before you're shown to your quarters, each one of you will be issued a personnel number. We want you to use it at all times. There's a new world out there, and we want you to act accordingly.
Answer my question.
In due time. 1170. 1170. In due time. 1170. There's a new world out there. 1170.
Prisoner 984, sir.
Sit down, 984. My name is Weston. I said sit down, 984. For goodness sake, Jeffrey, release him.
But, sir...
I'm only going to play this jailer nonsense so far. Release him. My apologies, Mr. Weston. The official protocol, the numbers, the handcuffs, the uniforms, and all. It gets a bit silly, doesn't it?
Oh, come off it.
I beg your pardon.
Standard interrogation technique. Treat him with kindness and an attentive ear, and he'll hand over the information without much bother.
You have information, Mr. Weston?
No, but you're acting as if I do.
Oh, please, don't worry, Mr. Weston. We're not out to break you, at least not just yet. Dr. Fontaine himself asked me to look out for you.
Fontaine?
Yes, he remembers you from his term at the university.
Look, Warden, why am I here? Surely you realize there's been a misunderstanding.
Oh, there's been no misunderstanding. Just answer the questions. Did you not find Dr. Fontaine's lectures interesting?
Once you start programming people, pretty soon you can't tell them apart from the...
The machines. I see you don't quite understand the movement.
Why don't you believe me, Warden? This is all a mistake. I've done nothing.
But you are Thomas R. Weston of 14 Evermore Drive.
Yes, but
And your best friend was Michael Rowland.
Michael Rowland?
Oh, come now. You're not going to tell me that you don't know Michael Rowland.
No. Yes, I mean, yes, of course I know him. I just don't see how this is...
I can tell from your tone that Rowland hasn't done anything. Yet.
You remember Michael Rowland? You remember Michael Rowland?
Dr. Fontaine himself asked me to look out for you. There's been no misunderstanding. Just answer the question. Answer the question. You are Thomas R. Weston.
Stop working soon.
When I finish.
About how long?
About an hour.
I wonder who that could be.
At this time of the night.
Don't move. I'll get it. You keep working. If I need help, I'll scream.
Michael Rowland! Tom, come quickly. It's Michael. He's being hurt.
Good God. Michael. What's happened to you? Come on.
There are no cabs on the street, Tom, so I had to walk. I'm afraid I got stuck in the rain.
Don't be silly. Take it easy, honey. Easy. Listen, are you up to talking about this?
Yeah, I'm Dave.
Who did this to you?
A young zealot in Whitaker's so-called communications group.
This is how they communicate.
Well, it's more the subject than the style. Thanks, man. I was at one of their meetings. Their usual Thursday night get-togethers.
So what happened?
No matter what the problem was, Whitaker kept pointing the finger our way. Us guys at the top, so to speak. So when Whitaker suggested they all join this movement led by Dr. Fontaine, I addressed him directly and called him a fraud. Suddenly I found myself being pummeled by this young hothead. Thanks, Margaret.
Michael, I can't help but get the feeling that you think these people are a major threat to us all.
Maybe they are, Tom. If you'd come tonight, you know what I mean. There's so much resentment and frustration. I tell you, Tom, I'm not going to stand for it much longer.
What are you going to do?
I'll let you know when I find out. There are others who feel the same way as I do. They feel the movement's going too far. I better get home before Sally starts to worry.
We'll take you home.
Thanks, Margaret.
Tom, where are the keys?
We need a leader who cares. We need a man
How do you
who will end hungry, who will end unhappy.
I don't know.
We need a man who will go beyond politics, who will get action on the issues that count. We need Braxton Fontaine. We need the movement. We need a better tomorrow. Vote Fontaine. Vote movement. We are building a better world. The precinct.
We are on the verge of change, and I must urge you to prepare for it.
That's what they want, isn't it? Be in opposition.
Are you prepared?
That's what they want, isn't it?
Are you ready? Once again, you have hope.
Answer me. Answer me.
Huh? I don't know anything. I swear.
Release him. Plenty of time to get to the bottom of this.
How much do you think he knows?
It's quite likely he may know nothing.
It may be true. Nevertheless, I want you to give him a full treatment. The current situation is potentially explosive. Any additional information, any, may be vitally useful.
Is it that serious, Doctor?
We're not playing games anymore. Anything can happen. You do want to win, don't you?
I'm not sure if it means that we...
Well, I do.
Keeper 6, increase monitor function on prisoner 984.
If I truly believe what I say.
984. Are you okay?
Alive. Nothing's broken.
You seemed in rough shape yesterday. What's the warden up to anyway?
He wants blood. He doesn't seem to be convinced of my conversion. He doesn't see how everything has come full circle. He doesn't care if I don't know anything. He only wants...
Confessions?
Something like that. Anything happened when I was away?
1170 is acting up again. You must have really been out of it not to have heard him last night. There is not much left of him. He just screams about video screens and x-rays. What do you think he sees?
Probably more than we do. What's happening?
They're taking 1170 away.
Bastards! Let me get it out!
Lloyd. Good to see you again. How have they been treating you?
The number's 1170. Don't you follow the rules?
Keeps the mind sharp, you know what I mean. Oh, damn. I wonder how long we're going to have to keep this up.
Conditioning's good for you.
That's just it. I think we're being conditioned in more ways than one. Lloyd. You're not falling for the warden's rigmarole, are you?
You do want to be freed, don't you?
Yes, but...
Then you have to believe in the new world.
Come on, Lloyd. You're putting me on.
I feel sorry for you, 984. It seems you'll have a long tenure. Those who don't believe will eventually perish from their own horrific visions.
Lloyd, what's the matter with you?
You have been seeing visions, haven't you? I feel sorry for you, 984. I sincerely hope you see the light.
Lloyd, what have they done to you?
Exercise period is over. Prisoners assemble in the center of the yard. All except you.
You're lucky. You've been chosen. They'll help you readjust.
984. I got it all figured out. Do you hear me?
I hear you. You got what all figured out?
The reason 1170 said all those crazy things last night, and the reason they are putting him away.
Why?
He mentioned something about the room. A big room where they help you readjust.
What else? What else?
I think he's seen the outside.
Readjustment. Readjustment. I want to change. I want to. I'm ready now. Take me. Take me. Take me to the warden. Take me.
Keep it up, West, and then you'll regret you ever met me. Oh, what's the matter? The long hours begin to get to you. This is nothing paradise.
Congratulations. That little outburst over Armstrong makes me think that you're coming along just fine. Or are you? Sympathy for the fool?
Where is he?
He's a free man. You can't bear the thought.
I've changed, Warden. You know I have.
Fine performance. Fine, just fine. You've been in jail all this time and you still play your games.
Was I were to tell you that I've stopped playing games?
Well, I think that would be a most unusual development, don't you, Jeffries?
You think I can't remember the room?
Sit down, please. Please. Now, go on. What about the room?
I remember being left alone in the exercise yard one day. God knows how long ago. I remember being led down a hallway by a guard.
And?
We entered in an elevator. It went down and down and down. I remember thinking to myself how huge this place must be.
What else do you remember? You're bluffing, Weston. There was no room.
I think Armstrong would beg to differ.
Now, what do you remember?
Nothing.
I tire of you.
No. I swear, there's nothing to remember. I was only bluffing.
Perhaps this will freshen your memory. Come on. What else do you remember?
I remember thinking how big this place is. This wasn't built just to hold prisoners, was it?
Please, Weston. Your memories. You'll find out how big it was later.
We entered a room. There was a technician. He strapped me into a chair.
You're on the right track. Now, let's not wander.
My hands were gloved. They must have been wired because I could feel a current.
What did you see?
Nothing at first. Then there were pictures.
Then what happened?
I looked at them, and I received a shock to my hands.
What happened?
Another picture was projected. Then came another shock. The next picture was of me. There was no shock. The next picture was of a girl.
What was the girl's name?
I didn't say. The pictures
Charges, conspiracy against Dr. Fontaine, against the movement, against the peoples of the world, subversive collaboration with Michael Rowland, William Baxter, and other members of the corporation. Additional charges, complacency, infidelity, genocide, treason, verdict, guilty, verdict, guilty.
Eventually, I just kept saying, I don't know.
Are you sure?
There was the shaking.
What shaking?
There was a tremor.
Warning, 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 warning. Situation red alert. Maximum corporate offenses, maximum retaliation.
After it hit, there were no shocks, no pictures, nothing. Just silence and darkness. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
And you don't remember anything else?
No.
Good. Very good. Mr. Weston has a very, very, very vivid imagination, wouldn't you say so, Jeffries? Well, now that you've calmed down, maybe we can continue.
Do we really have to?
Well, I wouldn't want to inconvenience Mr. Weston by dragging him off to his cell and then dragging him back again for our daily interrogation.
My God. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm innocent. How many times?
Until you feel it from within. Don't you miss the outside world? Don't you wish you could see your friends? They're waiting for you out there. Don't you ever think about your wife? Or better still, don't you ever think about your mistress? My dear Mr. Weston.
Oh, I'm sorry, but there's no mistake. No. Well, I don't invent these figures, I just analyze them. Well, I can't tell you what to do, but I can suggest a few options based on the probabilities. In the end, you have to make the decisions. Okay, bye-bye.
Tom, you haven't forgotten about the meeting, have you?
No, I haven't.
Good, good. It'll be worth your while. Trust me. I'll see you there.
Moment is now. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment is when you go to the polls and vote for Braxton Fontaine. And remember, when you vote for Braxton Fontaine, you not only vote for me, but you vote for the movement.
What's the matter, boys? Haven't had lunch?
Well, if it ain't Mr. West, you wouldn't by any chance like to join up, would you?
Sure. Show me the clubhouse. I don't think I could stand the initiation. You know, I can't stand the taste of blood.
You take this very lightly, but when the social balance tips in favor of the common man...
Tips in favor of the average man, he will unite, become the strongest individual the world has ever known. I know.
Spare me the quotations. I read Fontaine's book. That's one of the weaker parts, by the way. Surely you could have found something more imaginative.
The responsibility falls on all of us. We can do it. I know we can. Mankind is capable of anything. All we have to do is join hands and march together into tomorrow.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm sitting in your car.
Where can I let you off? I said, where can I let you off?
I heard you. I'm going wherever you're going.
Maybe I'm slow or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you propositioning me?
Of course not. Promiscuity is politically incorrect. It takes energy away from far more important things.
Did you get that from the little manual you have there?
You should know. You've read it. You haven't changed much, have you? Never afraid to say things people don't want to hear.
And you, on the other hand, always say the expected. It's always in the book.
Stuff it, Mr. Weston.
I expected it. Look, if you're trying to shock me, you're wasting your time.
What is she like, other than possessive?
Who are you talking about?
Your wife.
I'll say it again. If you're trying to shock me...
She misses perfect.
Look, I've decided not to talk about it. What are you trying to find out, anyway? Don't you have all the answers in that little book?
There's still some questions.
I'm on the other side. That's all you need to know. But look, see? No electrodes embedded in the skull, no faint hum of hidden machinery. Nothing metallic to the skin.
I know what your hands feel like.
Well...
Oh, well, what?
Well, this is where you get out.
You seem preoccupied. Perhaps I hit a nerve.
Face it, Warden. It's not much different out there than it ever was.
take me for? Some kind of an eccentric who has housed all of you here for over 10 years in order to generate a few maniacal thrills? Who do you think I am?
A mirage. A stinking mirage.
On the contrary, you're going to find I'm very real. Very real.
Why don't you just kill me now, once and for all?
No, 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 no! I simply want you to sign this confession.
What's this one say?
Do you admit to everything?
And I've done nothing.
Now look, Weston. Someone has to take the blame for all this. You've committed a crime against all mankind. Renounce your past. Make it worthwhile. Please. Please believe me. There's a better world outside. A far better world. Sign. And you can be a part of it.
If all you want is a signature, then you have it. If you want something more, this isn't the way to do it.
You're up to your old tricks again. It's very funny. You leave me no alternative but to introduce you to a new level of pain. I've got to get to the bottom of this somehow.
You're taking this very calmly, Tom.
What? Fontaine? Or this top secret mission?
You won't be disappointed, Tom. I swear, these people are really concerned. They really are. And they're willing to do something about it. Roland, Michael, 8873-58. Who's your friend, Commissar Weston, scheduled visit.
Well, I've got some important people coming this afternoon. They're trying to make decisions now. Just keep cool. We will not accomplish anything. Please be seated, gentlemen.
Mr. Baxter, you're in this?
Surprised?
Cloak and dagger never struck me as your style.
It isn't. But circumstances dictate differently. Michael, the next item is for you.
Roland, things at our end are proceeding as planned. Those parts should be moving through your company sometime tomorrow.
How many?
25.
Identification.
X-ray machine parts.
Good. No chance of an accident.
Oh, no, they'll be non-functional, and they'll stay that way until we get Mr. Yamamoto's remote trigger.
I hate to break this up, but what the hell are you people talking about? Oh, haven't you
I haven't had time.
Mr. Weston, Tom, as you are well aware, I'm sure, we face a crisis point. With our illustrious Mr. Fontaine having gained such incredible ground, we see a move to disrupt the way things have been, the way things ought to be.
This is strictly your opinion.
Mr. Weston, we speak for all civilized interests. We must take action immediately before it's too late.
What kind of action?
Well, as you can see for yourself on the screen, what we're talking about just now, the Minotaur, you're familiar with it?
It's a portable nuclear device. Still experimental, at least as far as I thought. You don't intend to...
Oh, we don't intend to do anything unless it's absolutely necessary. Our governments seem reluctant to be involved, which makes me question whom they really serve. You know, conflict of interest. They don't want to be caught in embarrassing situations. It's all left up to us.
You people are kidding, aren't you? Terrorism condoned by the government. Mr. Baxter, you are joking. Well, you aren't playing with toys. You could inadvertently start something far worse than what you intend to stop.
Reliable sources, inside sources, report that Dr. Fontaine and his starry-eyed followers are entertaining the same idea.
Tom, we're reasonable men. We're prepared to negotiate. But these people in the movement are not willing to step aside. We don't want to let this thing get out of hand. And that's where you come in. We need a man we can trust. Now, we have the equipment and the personnel, but we need advice on the fine points.
Oh, yes. Like where to put the damn things, or where they can be strategically placed to make the best impact.
Where it can make the best impression.
You see, Weston, we want to end this damn thing before it begins.
Why are you so sure I can be trusted?
Your record speaks for itself. And we have witnesses. Mr. Weston, we are a determined group of individuals. Think about what this means.
Shocking performance. You had me fooled. But I suppose it was all in the line of duty. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not completely naive. I just can't figure out how you can work with a bunch of idiots like that.
I don't care about them. I care about you.
Cut. A little more intensity on care. Good. Now we can take it again.
I just want to straighten things out between us.
Let me straighten you out. I happen to love my wife. Now, return to reality and stop bouncing around like a ping pong.
Sleep on it, Tom. No need to make a hasty decision. We can talk about it tomorrow.
I just want to say that nothing has changed.
Tom, is that what you want to tell me, that you love me?
Yes.
Tom, what has gotten into you?
I don't know. I guess I thought this was the appropriate time to tell you.
Tom, what is it you're trying to say to me?
What a fool I can be sometimes.
You're a person. You're allowed to make mistakes. Look, I'm not perfect either, but... Hey, look, that's not why we're together, is it? I mean, because we thought we were perfect.
No. It's a crazy world.
Mr. Beck, to see you.
Oh, Mary, tell him I'm busy.
No need to get up, Mr. Weston.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Mr. Beck.
I'm the new head of the personnel division. I've been instructed to inform you of the new regulations. You see, the company is undergoing some changes.
New regulations? You're joking. Please leave now, before I throw you out.
As you will. I came here to offer you the opportunity to make this work. But you're taking it ever too lightly. Tomorrow, you may regret this move.
Who are you? Mary, who is this man? Answer me.
Dr. Fontaine's personnel manager.
Call Mr. Baxter for me. He'll get to the bottom of this.
Wake up. Wake up. I'm not finished with you. Not just yet. Wake up, Mr. Weston.
What's going to happen to me? The same thing that happened to Lloyd? Go to hell.
Don't you understand? I want to end this just as much as you do. I have a report here. It confirms your association with Michael Rowland. He visited your home on April 7th.
What does that prove?
It proves you lied all along. That's what it proves, Mr. Weston.
I didn't even know there was an organization until...
Until Michael Rowland got you involved. Now we're making some progress. For once. Just to be fair, perhaps we should invite your old friend, Mr. Rowland, to join our enlightening conversation and tell his side of the story. Mr. Rowland.
Michael. It can't be. Is it really you? Michael. I'm so happy to see you. Have you seen Margaret? I can't believe it's you. How is it on the outside? Are you happy? Is everyone happy? Michael, tell him. Tell him I had nothing to do with the organization, please.
Mr. Rowland, I want you to tell the truth. Who committed the crime? Who instigated? Who destroyed? Who is the enemy?
Michael. No. This is insane. Please tell him the truth. I don't understand. Warden, why is this happening to me? Why?
Did you find anything?
The thumb lock is jammed in section 2. We'll have to find spare parts, but where? Look, Warden, Shouldn't we tell Weston about all this? Maybe we can find others and start all over again. There are more important things to do than sitting around here beating him to death.
Shut up. We will not shirk our responsibilities. If we do, all this becomes meaningless. Is that all you brought me?
Mimeographed copies of his latest entries.
Good. But it ends here. Look, you can tell by the scratch marks on the paper he's run out of ink. Make a note to get him a new pen.
What are you looking for?
I'm waiting for the day that he admits to himself.
So you're certain that he committed crimes against the movement?
Don't be a fool. He didn't commit anything. All right, look at him. He's frightened and confused. Lost the game.
And why continue to play?
Because without the game, what is there? But a set of empty memories and dreams.
But, sir, we have won.
Have we? Yes, of course we have. So why spoil the fun? It's a real education watching a man like him rise to the challenge. Challenge. It's the challenge, Jeffries. Do you understand? The challenge.
I'm not sure I do.
No. Of course you don't. Weston does. He understands.
Confessions, denials, torture. I'm weary of the warden's limited repertoire. He distorts the truth until reality becomes so twisted that one doubts every thought, every memory. I keep telling myself that I'm innocent, but with each night come the nightmares, and with each morning comes doubt. How many more times are we going to rake through my past and then have him say I'm lying or hallucinating? Lies, hallucinations, truths. They don't exist anymore. I haven't the strength to play anymore. All I want is to be with you, alive, in the world beyond these walls. Goodbye.
The bastard knew all along. He knew we were one step ahead of him. That's what kept him going.
It's over, Weston. For all of us.
What do you mean?
You figure it out. I'm not very good at explanations.
What's going on? You're doing your tricks.
No. No more tricks. I promise. The camera is broken. You can't see us anymore. If you want to make a break for it, you better do it now. Watch out for the keepers. He controls them. He controls everything.
help you reassure him. He's a free man. Can't say it. Find out how big it was later.
What is it?
984.
Yeah? Come on.
Let me out of
We can
here.
make it. He's twigging this patrol up.
984. I've got it all figured out. I think he's seen the outside. Guess what was figured out?
I'm coming home, Margaret. I'm coming home.
Jeffries, I have a great idea. Why don't we phone a couple of ladies and... Don't be a fool. You'll never survive. Please, listen to me, Jeffrey. I didn't mean to. There was no other way. He would have gone mad. It was the humane thing to do. Jeffries, why don't we make some new tapes? We'll have a parade tomorrow. The men will like that. Everyone loves a parade. Don't you miss the outside world, my dear Mr. Weston?